Welcome to Game Bytes. My name is GreenCobrasGaming, and today we'll be going over the pros and cons of Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald for the Game Boy Advance. Before I do that, I want to talk about a brief history of the Pokemon game. Ruby and Sapphire first came out on March 19th, 2003, while Emerald came out on May 1st, 2005 in North America. They all are part of the Generation 3 Pokemon games. You can trade between the set of games as well as Fire Red and Leaf Green using the Game Boy Advance adapter. Fire Red and Leaf Green were remakes of the original Gen 1 games, also for the Game Boy Advance. Today we're not here for that, we're here to talk about Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. First, I'd like to talk about the pros. One pro I'd like to talk about is how there are two evil organizations instead of just one. They are called Team Aqua and Team Magma. You battle Team Aqua in Pokemon Sapphire, or you battle Team Magma in Pokemon Ruby. In Pokemon Emerald version, you battle both teams, and you can go to both hideouts and stuff. I really like how in Emerald allows you to battle both teams instead of just the one like Ruby and Sapphire, of course. It makes it more enjoyable to take down both evil organizations instead of just either Magma or Aqua. This is what I miss about playing the Gen 3 remakes Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The remakes were like the original Ruby and Sapphire with their exclusive evil organization to take down. Like how Omega Ruby you only take down Team Magma and Alpha Sapphire you only take down Sapphire. Not Sapphire, you only take down Aqua. Another pro I like about Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald is the introduction of double battles. Before Gen 3, double battles were never existed. Pokemon Emerald, I like it more where double battles were more common. Like Ruby and Sapphire had them introduced them, but they were less common. Ruby and Sapphire than Emerald, I loved. It brings in the strategy of type combos such as having a fire type, like Blaziken or grass type Nuzleaf on your team. And like I said, the fire one can take down the grass type Pokemon, while your grass member can take out the water Pokemon that could be damage your Blaziken, which is a fire type. Also, there was the double battle between gym leaders Liz and Tate, which were psychic type, but I wish there were more double gym battles in the series. It'd be fun to like imagine. I mean, I wouldn't want a whole game with gym leaders as double battles, but it'd be fun to have more, like a few than just that one. But anyway, double battles were a pretty cool feature that were in the games. That were and everything, but plus it was the main mechanic behind one of my favorite all-time spin-offs Pokemon XD, Yellow of Darkness from the Nintendo GameCube. Next part I love talking about is actually ends up the very end of Emerald version only. So here comes some spoilers if you have not played the game. Emerald, both evil organizations awaken the legendary Pokemon Groudon and Kyogre. This caused the legendary Pokemon to fight, would lead to the end of the world. Boom, boom, boom. Groudon was known to expand the landmass, while Kyogre was known to expand the sea. Or to stop this, the player travels to Sky Pillar to awaken another legendary Pokemon. This Pokemon is known as Rayquaza. When awakening Rayquaza, the Pokemon flees where the battle between Kyogre and Groudon is taking place. When the player arrives back there, it is amazing. There's an amazing cutscene while an outstanding music plays. If you're familiar with the music that plays while Rayquaza stops Kyogre and Groudon, you should listen to my intro that is played during my Let's Play videos on my channel. It's actually it's just the 8-bit version of that song. This scene is also one of my favorites, and I wish we saw it in Gen 3 remakes. Thankfully, the music is part of Sky Pillar during the Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Thankfully, at least we know we don't have the cutscene. Another pro I like to talk about is the introduction of the dad. In the first two generations of games, you just had a mom. In those games, your dad is actually the 5th gym leader specializing in normal type Pokemon. Also, his name is Norman, so it makes sense why his name is or why he specialized in the normal type Pokemon. But we kind of wish there was more dads in the Pokemon games, but it was nice to actually battle your dad in the game. Final pro about the Gen 3 is the Pokemon. Sure, Gen 3 did have all the did not have all the Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon, but it still had plenty of them. Had a lot of Gen 1, I believe. Plus a lot of the Pokemon not catchable you can trade with Fire Red and Leaf Green, which were released later on, but before Emerald. It was between Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire. But also, you could even trade with Coliseum and XD Delta Darkness, which were the GameCube games and everything. I like all this. Plus, one thing about this generation is I like all the starters, especially the fire lineup, like Blaziken. Come on. And if you don't know me, I usually pick the fire type Pokemon in Pokemon games, mainly Gen 1 to 4. Gen 5 and 6, I picked the water type starter. And actually, Gen 8, I picked grass type or Sword and Shield. But yeah, Gen 5 and 6, my favorite is the water type, but Gen 1 and 4 has always been fire type. So in Gen 3, I always went with Torchic. But one of my favorite new Pokemon, of course, is the legendary Pokemon Rayquaza, which happens to also be the mascot of Emerald. I mean, it's Rayquaza, and it's Dragon type. What do you know? But new non-legendary Pokemon I also like are Swellow, had my team. Metric, I also have my team. Like my Mercado, which I haven't used that much, but I do like the designs. Frogon, I had a playthrough of that before. Altaria, I had on my team before. Retic, not really much have my team. Spillline, I remember having that in XD Yellow Darkness. Elements, also great Pokemon. Metagross, great Pokemon as well. So from those lists, you can tell that a lot of the Pokemon Generation 3 Pokemon I like. And those are the most popular, usually the most popular ones too. So, and then of course, I like the legendaries, but Aza's the best one of the three main legendaries. Also, the Reggie was pretty cool though, even though I'll come to that later in this video. Before we get to the cons, I'd like to talk about some difference between Ruby and Sapphire Emerald that I had not yet talked about. First is the post game. In Emerald version, they add the Battle Frontier. The Battle Frontier is a group of 7 different facilities where you battle a large group of trainers and then challenge them, known as the Frontier Brains. After beating the Frontier Brains, you can either get a silver or gold medal from them, which you get silver first and then gold. Sadly, the one thing I don't like about Battle Frontier is you actually don't gain any experience while you battle. So it's definitely challenging. You don't gain any experience. I do like some of the puzzles of some of the frontiers, like Battle Pyramid, like Being in the Dark, and that's just kind of cool. Speaking of the Battle Pyramid, it also features Frontier Brain Brandon, and the only reason I'm mentioning him because he has the same first name as me, real life name. Also in Emerald, you can catch all 3 legendary Pokemon, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Kyogre and Groudon are saved for the post game. In Ruby version, you can catch Kyogre, while in Sapphire, in Ruby you cannot catch Kyogre, while in Sapphire you cannot catch Groudon. Yeah, Ruby had just Groudon, and you couldn't catch Kyogre, but in Sapphire it's opposite, where you can catch Kyogre but not Groudon. But in both those versions, you can catch Rayquaza. And you don't actually catch. You don't even. I think, yeah. It's interesting. Another difference is in Ruby and Sapphire, the 8th gym leader is Wallace, while Juan is the gym leader in Emerald. Steven is the Pokemon champion in Ruby and Sapphire, Steven Stone, while Wallace is the new champion in Emerald. In Emerald, you battle Steven Stone at Meteor Falls, which actually is the harder. He actually has a harder team than the champion. So, technically, awesome, pretty awesome. Finally, it's time for some cons. The first con I like to talk about is the amount of HMs that are in the game. Oh boy, you have Rock Smash, Surf, Strength, Dive, and Waterfall to clear the game. Just clear the game, just the main game. Is geez. But it's still not as bad as Gen 4. Gen 4 also had Rock Climb. And Whirlpool. Well, Gen 2 remakes had Whirlpool. Why I do like diving into the sea is it's very annoying to the HM slave only team. It's really cool. I mean, it's really cool to go under there and see. It's that's one thing I do like. So that's kind of a pro. But also it's a con because I don't like using HMs. And thankfully, Generation 7 got rid of them. So if they do another remake someday, maybe there will be no HMs, which they probably won't be if they do another gen. They haven't had them since Gen 6. Another con about Gen 3 is the whole Braille language. Oh my god, the Braille language with the Wedgie Trio. Well, I do like the Wedgie Trio. Wedgie Trio is cool, and I like how they expand it in Gen 4. with Regigigas, but I don't like the Braille, like how you had to and how hard you also had to get Whirlwind and just alt and Railroad and had to be in a certain port and blah blah blah, just stuff like that. And then as well as translate Braille. Like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know Braille, so every time I would go look online, if I ever do Let's Play of it, I'll look online. Well, I actually do have a guidebook for Emerald version, so I actually can look on my Emerald version guide if I ever do a Let's Play of Emerald. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fun catching the Regitura, but that's probably my least favorite. That's probably my least. Actually, that's probably my worst con there. Just. And also another con that I haven't mentioned yet is the removal of the day and night cycle. The day and night cycle were a feature that was introduced in Pokemon Gold and Silver. It allowed you to evolve certain Pokemon, like Umbreon at night. It's sad to see this feature go, but thankfully it was brought back in Generation 4. So at least there's that. One last con is the warming legendaries, Latios and Latios. In Emerald you can pick which one to encounter what after you beat the main game. Just in your house. At the bottom of the house to talk to the TV and stuff. But sadly you have to go out, but after that, sadly you have to go out for a while, find them. It takes a long time to find them. And then you count on them, and then they can escape on the first move unless you use Pokemon that knows Mean Look, or if you somehow put it to sleep. But thankfully, it's only these two Pokemon, the only warming legendaries in the game. So at least it's not as bad as Gen 4 with the warming legendary. Okay, that is actually all my pros and cons for Pokemon Generation 3, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. While it's not my favorite Pokemon game, it's still up to the best from the introduction. From the introduction just of double battles and the whole Ruby Rayquaza line, art in Emerald, and just also the music is great. I forgot to mention the music is also a big problem. Music is great, like how I mentioned the music with the great art. But also if it wasn't for the countless HMs and the woman legendaries, it would almost be a perfect game. This is why I rate this game 4 out of 5 stars. Nope, not a 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Good game, but there's still some problems. But anyways, it's a masterpiece. But anyways, I've been GreenCobrasGaming, and thank you for watching my review of Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald on Game Bytes. Remember, in our hearts, we are true gamers.